You're on.
I'm on too.
Come on, come on. We are way overdue for one of these videos,
Yes, sir.
and we can do them because everybody else is busy.
Not only that, they're older and they don't know how to.
Yeah. These kids and their rap music. Okay, so yesterday we talked about your favorite country music artist, Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Arnold Jennings.
Okay, but before we get to him,
Yep.
you had mentioned in a previous conversation that you weren't always on the bandwagon there. Did you have? We're going to go through Brad Williams' country music progression. Did you have a favorite growing up? Favorite artist growing up?
No, not.
Country or otherwise?
Growing up, I was pretty much into rock and roll. Really, for the most part. My earliest recollection of really getting into music and enjoying music was rock bands like Bachman Turner Overdrive, because that's what my brother had on 8-track.
Okay.
And every time I would be listening, I'd go out to his car because he had a portable 8-track player, and I would cram in Bachman Turner Overdrive, like 4-wheel drive or whatever was the album. And I'd be listening, and he'd come out there, "Okay, you little bastard, get out of there. That's my stuff you're into."
Okay.
Sorry. Then I got a cassette player, and then I kind of had my own. And
Oh,
it had
okay.
the one little ear thing.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Boy, this is. You
And
want to talk about a difference in ages here?
yeah. And then the reason, my first recollection of like Waylon and Johnny Cash and Merle and Willie and, you know, some of those guys was my folks had one of them great big huge console stereo players, your record players.
Mm-hmm.
It had AM, FM, and mainly a turntable. I don't remember if it had a 8-track on it or not. But Sunday for entertainment, because we got like one whole channel on TV, and my folks would actually shut the TV off because that was not quality entertainment for kids.
Okay.
And so like after church, Mom would make like a huge meal on Sunday, and Dad would go out and throw like 4 or 5 albums on the record player. And that's where I remember like some of the early Waylon Jennings tunes that I never thought a heck of a lot about until I started growing up a little bit and getting into radio and stuff. And the reason I got into Waylon was because that was probably my dad's favorite over the years. He had like every album that he had come out with from the 60s into the early 70s.
Cool.
And I mean, a lot of those albums were nothing. I mean, there was no music that really charted on them and that kind of thing, but it was kind of watching him grow into what he eventually was going to be. And when I started in radio, my dad said to me, he said, "You know, you're working on Sundays." He said, "You've got 6 hours to basically do the kind of things you want to do with the music." He said, "You should feature, not specifically Waylon, but," he said, "every Sunday," he said, "you should feature Waylon one week, and then feature Merle one week, and feature Johnny, you know." And that's where the whole thing started with me, actually. And
Was there a specific song that was like, all right, this is my guy, or was it just the accumulation of years of listening to his music?
the song that always stuck in my head, and there's no reason for it, other than I think it really demonstrates the great vocal range that guy had. But it was always a song that was on because it was always on at home, was a song called "The Taker," which really, it maybe charted, you know, when it came out, it probably got into the top 50 or 40 maybe, but it never did anything. But that's the song I still hear in my head whenever I think about some of his early music.
And you were able to see him live 3 times.
3 times, saw him with my brother and a friend in the mid-'80s at the Carlton Celebrity House in the Twin Cities, which at that time he was probably, that would be like, you know, seeing Blake Shelton right now, or Tim McGraw or some of those guys. But after that, we saw him, my folks and I saw him at Monoman at Shooting Star Casino. in the mid-90s, and then after my dad had passed away in 1999, and just a few months actually before Waylon died, had a chance to see him in Hinkley at Grand Casino. It was an outdoor show with Tracy Bird, and that was probably the best show I ever saw of him ever.
Okay.
So,
is there a current artist you think most whose career arc maybe resembles, or like style wise resembles Waylon the most, or is he kind of in his own? Is he gonna have his own thing going, and the New Country has their own thing going?
I mean, his record speaks for itself, but if there's one guy that is doing that, and there is, in my opinion, it's Eric Church, and nobody else is even on the map as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of guys out there that have some similarities, like Jason Aldean and Dierks Bentley probably, and you know, some of these, Blake Shelton maybe has that kind of an identity in a sense, maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Toby Keith, maybe another one, but his is really his own. I mean, Eric Church is basically saying to the rest of the world, this is the way I'm going to play, and if you don't like it, screw you.
That's probably a good way. Like that to me, that's like quintessential country music as well.
Yeah.
Like, just leave me alone. I'm going to do what I want to do,
Yeah.
and that's how it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any other questions.
Tomorrow night, you're coming to my house.
Yes.
On the 4th of July.
Yes.
We're going to be hanging out.
And no fireworks.
So, there will be fireworks.
Oh. I was going to say.
We're going to get one firecracker
yeah.
so that we can at least say,
I'm going to hold the sparkler.
we're going to get one black cat. Pop!
Yeah.
Okay, where's the whiskey and the food?
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday.
Okay. That's all. Do you have anything else?
Happy 4th of July.
Okay, bye.